Hello and welcome to IGCSE Sudarshan Studio. We know that South Asia is going to have its final exam in Feb, and so taking that into the consideration, we are going to have a quick revision and past paper discussion of EVM code 0680. And please remember, this exam is basically for South Asia, which is in March 2026. So basically we are discussing a specimen paper for South Asian students. Fine, so this is for South Indian students here, South Asian students. Fine, and the code for our EVM environmental management is 0680, and we are starting with paper 1, principle of environmental management. Please remember here, wherever the diagram is there, explanation of the diagram, if you have a graph or something, use only HB pencil. South Asian students, please use only blue pen. Okay, and do write your name, center number, candidate number. Fine, use the space which is provided by the end of the question paper. Do not use any correction fluid or tape. Fine, don't write anything on the barcode. You can use calculator for calculation purpose, and after calculation use the appropriate unit. Fine, so this is the instructions that we have from IGCSE. Please read this very carefully before you attempt the exam. The total marks for this paper is 80, and by the end of every question you will see the marks here, total marks. Fine, so without further ado, let's go with the first paper or first question. So the first question is, figure 1.1 represents rock cycle. Okay, so this is what we have, the rock cycle, and they mentioned here about A, B and C. If you have the textbook of EVM, you will see this rock cycle very easily in the textbook also, right? So let's see the question here. Identify the rock A, B and C that represents igneous rock. So please remember about the igneous rock. What is igneous rock? Is nothing but when the magma cools down, right? So when the magma from the crust and upper mantle cools down, we get a rock which is called as igneous rock. So they are mentioning represents igneous rock. Igneous rock, melting and cooling is one of the factor that we see. Fine, melting and cooling again one of the factors. So when the cools down, the rock that is going to form is igneous rock. So the answer for this one is igneous rock. Which one? A. A is the igneous rock. Fine. Now a quick question for you. If A is igneous rock, what is B and C? Can you tell me which rock is B and C? Please remember, B rock is going to form after heat and pressure. That is one of the condition. B rock is also formed by the process X here. Okay, so yeah, what is the next thing? In the process 1.1, in the figure 1.1, process X changes rock C into rock B. So if something is changing from rock C and rock B, that means C rock is going to form by the erosion here, and erosion is already there. So melting and cooling is already going to form with an igneous. So the odd one left is heat and pressure. So please circle this one, heat and pressure. Fine, so we have two questions done here. X represents heat and pressure, and A is the igneous rock. So if this is heat and pressure, which type of rock is this, and which rock is formed by the erosion? This is a, you can answer this in the comment box. Fine, so I'll wait for your answers in the comment box. B and C rock. Fine, so we got it, A as an igneous, you have two options left, sedimentary and metamorphic. So which one is representing the sedimentary and metamorphic? Is it B or whether it is C? Now the C rock is changing into B rock, and we know that it is by the heat and pressure. Fine. So this is okay. So we have next question again from the rock and minerals chapter 1. So here we have figure 1.2 shows term used in the rock cycle and their description. Draw one line from each term to its correct description. One line has already done for you, so this must be for 3 marks for 3 lines. Don't draw any extra line. Fine. This is very important. The first one, let's see what we know about this. Weathering, erosion and cementation. So first thing that I know in this question paper, erosion is something breakdown of rock, or erosion is either breakdown or rock particles are transported by gravity, water, ice and all. What is it? Breaking down of rock into smaller pieces on the surface of earth is called erosion, or rock particles are transported by gravity, water, wind and air. Next one is about weathering. Weathering also shows you the breaking down of rock. So erosion, weathering, something is breaking down, erosion, breaking down. Cementation, sediment are joined, cement together. So we know about one of this one is cementation, and that is sediments are joined together by minerals. Okay, this is the first form. Now weathering, erosion both are with cutting, breaking. So deposit cannot be here, so we don't choose this one. Next one, we have breaking down rock into smaller pieces on the surface of earth. Erosion is saying something rock particle pressed and water is removed. No, we don't have in cementation this one. Rock particles are transported by gravity. Erosion, very close one is this. Rock particles are transported by gravity, water, wind and ice. So breaking down with this gravity or wind or water and ice, this is basically an erosion. Weathering is again here breaking down of rock into smaller pieces on the surface of the earth. Fine, there we go with the 3 marks. Done. Now most sedimentary rocks are permeable. So what do you mean by permeability? Now they are asking this one definition, direct definition, and carries 2 marks. So basically we should have 2 marking points here. So what is the permeability? Permeability is ability of the water to pass through the rocks or soil is basically called as the permeability. Okay, how does they pass through? They pass through the rock or the soil. This happens because of pores, right? Or we call it as space in rocks or soil. So very 2 points here. We have pores and space due to which the water can pass through the rock and the soil, right? This is what very important 2 points that we got here. Second thing is name a sedimentary rock that is permeable and impermeable. A limestone is one of the rock which is very much permeable to water. We know that sand is also there, right? Sedimentary related to sand also, limestone. And impermeable, which is a sedimentary rock, is shell. Okay, so these 2 rocks which is permeable and impermeable, limestone permeability shows, and impermeable rock is shown by the shell here. Fine, moving to the next question, D part here. Again, this is from chapter 1, rock and minerals. The African thistle plant and Perkia codi is used for the biological extraction of minerals. Describe how plants are used for biological extraction of minerals. Now this is we see in chapter 1, but generally it's that there is no description of this in chapter 1. The textbook I think we have for the second edition here, I think we can see this part. Yeah, so this one do not have any kind of information about extraction, how biological way to extract, right? And I did not find anything regarding the extraction here from the plant, but it's there. I think machines and all this thing improve the extraction, many mine waste. So in this textbook you do not have anything about this information. But a good news is something we have in bio 0610 IGCSE biology, and this term will be there, phyto mining. Okay, phyto mining, this word is there in AS level of biology also. Fine. So in the new textbook you will find this phyto mining, but at AS level we find about this topic, phyto mining. So what is phyto mining? We are extracting the minerals basically from the plants. So plants which are grown in what we say about the grown in soil, absorb minerals. Okay, absorb minerals from the soil. First point. Second point, how do we extract now? When we harvest them, when such plant are harvested and combust, and after combustion we can extract it. We can extract the minerals from its ash. One is this extraction from combustion and harvest method, and basically from the absorbed minerals. So these are the three key points. Please remember, I am underlining the keywords here, so keep this in mind. So plant which are grown in the soil absorbs the mineral. How can we harvest now the minerals? We can harvest the minerals by burning them, combustion, and basically from its ashes we can extract the minerals. So basic 3 points here. Suggest 2 limitations of using plant for biological extraction of minerals. So what is the limitation of this phyto mining? Okay, the limitation of the phyto mining, we know that we are extracting from the plant. So what do you think? What will happen? Harvesting, combustion, does it relate to something? Think harvest in a broader way. We are doing deforestation for this, right? It takes a long time for the plant to grow, so we are going to do deforestation. We require a very hi-fi sophisticated materials or techniques or machines to extract it. Okay, and some of the plants are growing in very specific pH condition. Not all the plants will have. I remember with IGCSE AS level you will find that one of the introductory lesson, transport in plants, you will find from the plant we can extract the gold also, because gold minerals are absorbed by the plant. Let me know which plant is doing that in the comment box, and I'll definitely try to reply you on the comment box there. So let's see the limitations here of this one. The first thing is, we know very low metal yield will be there, because we are extracting from the plants. First thing is very low metal yield. Second thing, plants take long time to grow. Okay, basically from mature plant only you can take it. So plant takes long time to grow, and for that you need to wait for around 20-25 years, so that the complete maturation of the plant will be there, and from then only you can extract it. One of the limitation that you can expect is the machines. Okay, so high technology. So this is an extra point, high-end technology requires to extract minerals from ash, right? From the ashes you require to extract minerals from the ashes, you require a very high technology. Fine. So this is one of the extra point under the limitation. Please remember, write only 2 limitations, don't write anything extra. This is very important, guys. If the second one is wrong, they will not go for the third one. They will consider only the first 2 limitations. Extra things, try to avoid it. Okay, examiner is asking 2 limitations, so stick with only 2 limitations. The next question is from the water cycle. 2.1 shows the part of the water cycle, and for this water cycle we'll come back for the next video. I hope you have understand the questions that we have discussed in chapter 1. Fine, and that was on rocks and minerals. Chapter 2, the question number 2 is from the water cycle. Okay, and we will discuss in the next video. Stay tuned on the IGCSE Solution Studio. If you have liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you did not like, please suggest your valuable suggestions. I'll be waiting for that, and see you in the next video with question number 2. Thank you for watching and listening and sparing your valuable time with me. Take a very good care of you and yourself. Stay healthy, be happy. Exams are not going to judge your personality, not going to decide your future. They are only for the marks. You will excel. Try to revise it on a regular basis. Thank you for watching IGCSE Solution Studio. Have a great time with your studies. Take care.